Freshman for the Sooners, and Andrew Clark in his 6th year. Savvy veteran for the Scarlet Knights, ranked 27th in the nation from Hollingsworth, New Jersey. Won a state title. He was also, Jim, starting quarterback on the football team.
Yeah, like Heisman Trophy candidate Pavia, right, from Vanderbilt.
Yeah, how about Pavia? Yeah. Diego Pavia. Got a wrestling tie with him. He wrestled at Volcano Vista High School in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Pavia, a 3-time finalist, won the state title in 2020 at 195. And he says, you know what? Playing football, I really relied on what I learned on the Resolite. Good stuff.
You take your wrestling to other sports. That's what your attitude is. You take that wrestling mindset to other sports, and you're going to succeed. And
you'll hear me rant about this, Jim, every opportunity I have. Multi-sport athletes, you're in high school, get involved, play different sports, have some fun. Heck, play in the band, get in theater like you're in high school. Mix it up a little bit, Jim.
Yeah, you know, but if you're a 103-pounder, you're not going to go play defensive line, okay? So
I should have ran cross country.
Yeah.
I should have ran cross country. If you run cross country in high school, Jim, you'll steal 5-6 matches in December.
You probably
with
had
conditioning.
Because you had all the young ladies running after you. That's why you could have been pretty good.
Jim, I'm embarrassed to say it. That was never a real problem for me as a 100 pounds. Heck, I was 80 pounds as a freshman. Yeah, that was not a problem. No score, 105 into this first period. Andrew Clark, a 2-time national qualifier. He's 5-3 this season. 2 bonus point victories, 2-2 in duels. Was a runner-up at the Keystone Classic. He fell to Cross Wasilewski of Penn in that final 5-1, and he's just been a staple here in this Rutgers lineup for a long time.
Yeah, he's got, you know, the ranking here like he'd be a national qualifier right now, and this is an important match. You don't want to be losing to guys that don't have any numbers by their name, so to speak. And you just see that, you know, when you have an advantage tie, and particularly in these matches, it may only happen maybe 2 to 3 times a match, right? So in your tight bouts like this, particularly these middle weights here. I mean, these two guys, it's clearly stalemate here. Nice job by Nick Grosso to call that stalemate call there. When they're ear to ear like that, heavy on the collar. Here, let's give them another chance to get together here with an advantage tie. But, you know, you do catch that advantage tie. What are you going to do? Can't wait.
60 seconds to go in this first period. Clark, a season ago, 24-15. That was his first season down at 149. He's wrestled 157 and 165. He was 6th at the Big Tens and was 1-2 at the national tournament as a 19 seed. But, I mean, this guy's done it all. When I talk about 157 and 165, I'm talking about seasons at those weight classes, not just a match here and there. He's scoreless with the redshirt freshman from Norman, Oklahoma. Hollingsworth was a 3-time state placer at Edmond North, one of the premier programs in Oklahoma. And these are the kind of guys, Jim, that Roger Kish has to get to Norman.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. He's got, you know, he's trying to build back a program that has, a huge tradition, you know, and wrestling is better when OU is doing well, you know. And
no score after the first period. Hollingsworth with the choice. There's Roger Kish in his 3rd season in Norman. He was the head coach at North Dakota State for 12 seasons. Done a really, really good job.
Yeah,
Big Ten champion at Minnesota for Jay Robinson, an NCAA finalist.
Well, Jay Robinson obviously is one of the huge mentors of his during his coaching career, and a lot like him. And when you get an opportunity to listen to Roger talk about his team or talk about his philosophy and all that, you know, he's got to do some things that are maybe a little bit unconventional because there's some programs nearby that are sucking up a lot of a talent. They got the ability to, you know, to pay some guys too. But Oklahoma is the most popular school in that state, not necessarily when it comes to wrestling, but with everything else. And you can leverage on that. And if he builds a program here that can be competitive here, they're going to be a great place to go because we've seen there's a stall call against the Clark. We've seen, you know, if you can get a couple of key guys like Kish was able to do at North Dakota State. I mean, we're talking about Mike
Caliendo,
Caliendo,
Jared Franick,
all right?
Gavin Drexler from Stratford, Wisconsin was an All-American a year ago. He had a really good team with the Bison.
Just tough guys, right? And athletic guys. And I asked them the question. I said, hey, what's it going to take, because you got, I mean, everybody knows who these, you got some phenoms coming up in high school, and that everybody knows they're going to be competitive, and there are huge recruiting wars. Oklahoma's not likely going to get those, but neither was North Dakota State, right, when he was there. You've got to find the guys that fit into your program, fit into your style. And, that's what Jay was able to do, building the program at Minnesota when they won their national titles. Did a lot with homegrown talent. And, I think Rogers got up the same mindset.
And he said this is really a moving year for them in his third season. They were 8-4 in dual meets. Last season, 4-4 in the Big 12. They had 5 national qualifiers who wrestled in Philadelphia. Cam Sikora, Austin Marsden, and Mark Hall on his staff there in Norman. 15 seconds left. Just that escape by Andrew Clark in the second after a scoreless first period. Hollingsworth will have choice here in the third. There's Roger Kish, a 2-time All-American, NCAA finalist for the Gophers. Kish, a Michigan native.
He looks at
Big Ten champ in 2006.
He looks at home in that Minnesota singlet. He's a prototypical Gopher right there, strong looking.
He was a hammer.
Yeah. But when you talk to him, you get a very cerebral approach to what he's trying to accomplish there at Oklahoma.
Very calm, well thought out. Reputation speaks for itself. Nice mat return right there on the edge. Check out the mascot getting a little camera time. The Scarlet Knight is in the house. Coffee grinder right there from Andrew Clark.
Oh, come on, please.
So all I want for Christmas this year, Jim, all I want is next week, next Sunday, we're in Lincoln with Oklahoma State, Nebraska. Can you just call it a coffee? That's all I want. Can you call it a coffee grinder for me for Christmas, please?
Hey, you know what? Decades of wrestlers who have used this move, all right, are just shuddering right now because you've named their move after a kitchen utensil. That's just not fair, right? What's next? Cheese grater?
I like that too, especially being a Wisconsin guy. What is your favorite name of a wrestling move?
The Metzger.
Okay. You know what I like? The cement mixer.
Yeah, those are good
That's
too.
a great name. Of course, coffee grinder's number one. I mean, nobody's going to debate that outside of yourself. 1-0 match now. Andrew Clark sinks in a deep claw ride. He's got riding time 25 seconds. Hollingsworth, just a redshirt freshman.
And this is where the redshirt freshman is going to have difficulties trying to get that claw, trying to circle back in. And Clark has taken him to the edge, so can kind of camp out back here, watch him try to keep his toes in.
So knee slides there by Hollingsworth. Riding time at 45 seconds. Thigh pry from Andrew Clark. A lot of pressure, forward pressure. Good awareness right there. You saw he had his left foot inside the cylinder, switch off to the right. Scott Goodell saying, keep him down.
Well, right now here, if you take a look at Hollingsworth, he's really given up that claw ride, half Nelson. Expect him to go right back to it. Opposite arm that was around the waist is probably going to come inside on the thigh right there. Got a nice grip.
Takes him to the edge, mat return, and takes that riding time to 60 seconds. Hollingsworth was 1-2 in Vegas.
See that Roger Kiss basically wanting him to come down and fight that arm that's around the waist. You got to close down your pockets right now. What I mean by that is bring your elbows in, all right, and make it difficult for him to come. See that right arm came real easily and uncontested because the right elbow was out. Too big of a gap over there on that right side.
At this weight class for the Sooners is Jack Giaffre. They expect him back soon. The national qualifier coming to Oklahoma from Virginia. We'll say this about Hollingsworth, Jim. I mean, he's making Clark work hard in the top position.
Yeah, if he can build some sort of a roll through or get a little bit more back pressure and then take that forward pressure of Clark and then just get an escape. But right now, you probably got to look for a reversal, right? And a little bit more back pressure. See how he's just getting pushed around back there? He doesn't have any power. It's pretty easy to follow.
Same situation as Clark and Hollingsworth out of real estate.
See that right hand as Coach Goodale, he said, stay with him here. Okay, just going to keep on moving him off the mat. He's going to keep on grading him here to the edge.
And Clark has not been hit with stalling, so he can wrestling accordingly with 28 seconds to go. There's going to be a caution on Clark. Got a couple freebies to give. And never mind those cautions.
And right now, if you're bottom guy here, you got a guy hammering you on that top position like that. Again, close down those pockets, right? And barrel back into and create a roll situation. You're looking for a reversal now. What's your best move right there? Push back into him with those legs. Maybe create a roll right there. It's a good effort.
Keeping that left so inside the cylinder. Both these teams wrestle tomorrow. Oklahoma will wrestle Ryder, and Rutgers battles Drexel. It was a scoreless first period. Clark with an escape in the second.
Gets an escape. Too little, too late.
The riding time point the difference. 2-1 in a hard-fought victory for Andrew Clark. Now 6-3 on the season, as this one has gone back and forth in the first half, and Clark and the Scarlet Knights reclaim the lead.
Nice job by Clark, riding tough in that third period. That's tough to do sometimes. This time of year, you're not used to go ahead and putting that full ride on him for as long as you can. Bodies get a little sweaty here. Good